This video will show how to use the equipment service schedule within Service Genie. This allows you to raise and schedule your pre-planned service jobs and order any required standard parts if needed. To access the equipment service schedule, go to the Scheduling module and select the Equipment Service Schedule submodule. This screen displays all your currently due scheduled services and allows you to manage them in one place. You can filter the data in the normal ways using the Filter button, sorting the data table by columns or moving between the pages of data if you have a lot of items listed. The data table is colour-coded to help with identifying the priority for items to be scheduled, and you can sort the whole of the data using the colour filter blocks at the top. You can select any of them individually or select the overdue filter with one other. There are nested grids on the left, and these show the site on the top row, and below are all the services due under that site. These services follow the same colour coding. You can select the equipment or site services you want to schedule by ticking the radio buttons to the left, and then choose an action using the buttons at the top of the screen. Raise jobs for selected services, raise jobs for matching services, skip selected services, or raise purchase orders for selected services. The box in the top right shows the status that the job will be raised in. Unissued, this means the jobs are raised but not planned for an engineer. Scheduled, this means the job has been scheduled for the specified engineer but not yet issued to them. And issued, this means the job has been scheduled and issued to the specified engineer. The scheduled and issued statuses will only take effect if you have preferred engineers set on the equipment items. You can also select a preferred engineer by selecting the link from the nested grid. Here you can select an engineer for each item of equipment. Before we raise any jobs, we need to understand the additional information that can be found in the nested grids for each of your customers' service schedules. You will notice that you don't have the action tray visible for each of the lines listed. To view and edit any of the service schedules, use the plus icon to expand the nested grid. Here you can view and edit all the services that are due for the customer, with each equipment or site service having its own line. This will allow you to see other services that may not be due, but you could wish to add to the same visit for the engineer. You will now be able to view information such as service type, number of hours and people required, and the price and job category. You can click to assign a specific engineer if you know who will carry out the service. And in the action tray, you can view the equipment history and you can add stock reservations. This will allow you to reserve any stock items you need to perform the service. Select the required items and then click Add as needed. You can also click Edit in the action tray to manually update the next service date due for the equipment. Once you have finished editing your services, you can select the ones you want to action and then use the function buttons at the top. You can select individual equipment or all items under a site. Select the status that you want to raise the job in first, and then select which action you want to perform. Raise jobs for selected services. This will raise a job for each of the services selected using the radio buttons. Raise jobs for matching services will raise a job for each of the services within the currently filtered table view. Skip selected services can only be done for overdue services. When skipping services, make sure you select the overdue ones from the nested grid. You will then see a pop-up to confirm the action. When using Raise Purchase Orders for selected services standard items, this will create an order for any items listed on the equipment's standard service items list. When raising jobs, there will be one job raised per site selected, and there will be a task added for each service selected under the site. Once jobs have been raised, they will be removed from the equipment service schedule and will now be available in scheduling under Job Control and the Scheduler. Please see the videos on Job Control and Scheduling for more information.